The Midnight Gospel. Whoo boy, this show is something else. This is part of a new series called Quick Reviews, where I do a quick little review without giving any spoilers for something, and chances are if I'm doing a quick review of it, I highly recommend you go and check it out. Midnight Gospel, created by Duncan Trussell, animation by Pendleton Ward, the guy who did Adventure Time, is about this guy, Clayton, who has a podcast. They call it the Space Cast because crazy world sci-fi stuff, you know. And it's about him going into these virtual worlds with his simulator and interviewing people about these big, heavy ideas like love and existence and just philosophy in general. It's a crazy kind of show. Meditation's a part of it. There's a lot going on in it. And it's not one of those shows that I feel like you can just sit down and binge watch. I found myself stepping away after a little while just to process some of the stuff that was going on, because this is all new information to me. This is all stuff I'd never really been exposed to before, and it's cool to expose myself to it because I think it's something really unique. I think it's something really interesting and worth checking out, just as a concept in general. And as a concept for a show, holy crap, it's an animated podcast. It's like when Dan Harmon decided to do Harmon Quest, which was just animated Dungeons and Dragons. People have been doing that on YouTube, but taking it to that level, it's a great idea. It's a great idea. It makes it more visually engaging. And holy crap, is this show visually engaging. It's Pendleton Ward. There's so much amazing animation in this show. It's easily the best part of the entire show. In its 8 episodes, the animation shines the most. That being said, the content of the show is kind of polarizing, I feel like, but I found myself really enjoying it. I understand if this kind of talk, this kind of stoner talk isn't for everybody, these kind of conversations, these podcast conversations, but I feel like it's at least worth checking out because they focus on different ideas in each episode. Each episode focuses on something completely new that I was not expecting. I really was not expecting the show to go in all these different directions. I thought it was going to have a linear story, but it really doesn't have that too much. It's kind of present in a few of the episodes, but not a whole lot. It's really just these conversations between people. It has actual guests. The voice acting is incredible with these actual guests. Joey Diaz is in it, my favorite comedian of all time. So it's just, there's so much of this stuff that I personally love. It's all of the things I've genuinely enjoyed. It has my favorite comedian in it, my favorite animator in it. It's great. It's really, I felt like it was made specifically for me. That's how this show feels. It feels like a perfect little niche show for myself. It's got everything I like in it. And it's not fully fleshed out yet. I will say that. There is room to improve on this idea. This idea of a podcaster in space interviewing all these people. I think that there's more room for a linear story. But you never know. They could just stick with this other idea of that it's just him flying around interviewing people. Because I like that idea too. So whichever way they go, I'm going to probably enjoy this show. And you guys will find me recommending it depending on how many seasons it gets. I have no idea how well the show is really going to do because it is that polarizing kind of show. It focuses on drug use. I read one review of it where someone said, oh, you better be high AF to watch this show, which I don't think is true. I really don't think you have to have any substances in your system to enjoy the animation and content of this show. I did not have any substances in my system when I watched it, even though it came out on 420, a holy holiday. It was not that kind of show to me. It was something I could just sit down and watch and enjoy. And that's what I wound up doing with it. I really enjoyed my time with it. No more spoilers for it. I didn't do any spoilers for it, but no spoilers for it, I should say. It's just something I feel like everyone should at least check out the first episode of. And if you find yourself liking it, it could lead you into finding a new favorite show with The Midnight Gospel. That's how crazy unique and good this show is. It doesn't feel like anything else on TV right now, anything else on any streaming services right now. It is something completely 100% unique. If I had to give it a score out of 10 for season 1, since it has everything I like and has a little room for improvement, I'd give this one an easy 9 out of 10. It got bumped up a whole point for having Joey Diaz in it. I fucking love Joey Diaz. So it's my kind of thing, 100%. And if it's your kind of thing too, that's fantastic. If it's not, that's also good. It doesn't matter. It's just something that I feel like people should try once. It's something that people should go into once and see if they enjoy it, because it is that kind of unique show. I can't compare it to really anything else, except for maybe a podcast. That being said, we're going to wrap up this quick review. 9 out of 10 for The Midnight Gospel. Please go check it out. I know I didn't go too in depth in it. I probably will later on in like a month or so, just to talk about the whole series itself. I know this one was kind of quick and stuff like that, but it's a call to action. Go check out this show and then come back here later and watch me talk about it in more depth about all the crazy stuff going on in it. And I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.